At evening and at morning, by an enchanted way, she walks the world in wonder. Here's what she has to say.
Hello, it is 7:25. We are embarking on what could be my last day of walking, and that actually makes me incredibly sad. I had a good night's sleep, really good night's sleep. There were a couple of little snores here and there, and I was woken up by some snoring, but then I just tried to change my mindset around it. I was like, what a beautiful noise. That's just gonna push me back to sleep, and lo and behold it did. So I actually slept really well. Some people were up at 5:30 to start going, but I was like, no thank you. So I was up at 6:30 and had a little bit of brekkie, and I'm good to go. Woo woo.
Pleasant to you also.
Hello. I am a little city pilgrim today. We've walked into Viana del Castello, and I'm trekking through the city. Yeah, it's so much harder to find the arrows here than it is in like small little towns, because there's so much else going on. You're like bing 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 bing, and like trying to find the little arrows. I was walking for a little bit, and then a guy that I'd met in the hostel last night, a lovely Spanish man called Cesar, caught up with me, and we walked and chatted for about an hour together and stopped and had a coffee. But yeah, so I had a really nice little morning with Caesar, like Caesar salad. And now it's just me on the road again. I've just realised something potentially problematic. When I was in that city, I was supposed to stop at a supermarket and get some food for lunch, get some money out. And I didn't, because I was distracted, because I was walking with my lovely friend Cesar. And now we're heading further and further out of the city. I have €2 in cash and not much for lunch, so let's see what happens. Currently, upon my personage, I have 2 peaches, half a pot of molten camembert, some spicy cashews, and half a bar of chocolate, and this bottle of water. So let's see if that lasts me 6 hours. I'm sure. Hello friends, we are 13 kilometers in. I'm walking for about 3 hours now, and I'm just gonna pop you down there. I'm finding today so hard. There's a lot of we're going through a lot of little streets and kind of going up and down and on cobbled roads, and so I think I can feel one of my toes just developing into a blister, into a whole blister. But yeah, I'm just finding it really hard today. I don't know if it's because I know that I literally have like only today and tomorrow, so I'm trying to figure out whether or not I'm going to walk tomorrow, because today's supposed to be my last day. So maybe like knowing today's my last day, my body's just like, nope, I'm going to give up now. And mentally I'm just like, I don't actually want to finish today. I don't want to finish tomorrow. I want to keep going until Santiago, but I can't do that. So yeah, just finding it a bit more of a struggle today. But I've been listening to my podcast, and by the looks of it, there's a little supermarket or cafe just around the corner, so I'm gonna go and get some stuff for lunch and maybe get something sweet or something refreshing to keep me going. But yeah, just finding it a bit hard today. So because I was finding this morning really hard, I had my headphones in, was listening to my podcast, just like stomping away. I've just come into this forest and it is so beautiful. I'm taking my headphones out, stopped listening to the podcast, and I'm just listening to the trees, and all of the eucalyptus trees have such a nice like whooshy sound, and I can hear the sea as well from here. So I'm doing some forest bathing, or as the Japanese call it, Shinrin-yoku. Yeah, I know. But yeah, it's really, really pretty. Today's lunchtime thought is of course centred around the cheese of the gods. I sit here and I finish another pot of crema de camembert, and I wonder, does it count as a liquid? And can I take some home? I'd appreciate your insights as to whether you think it's liquidy. It's pretty liquidy, but whether the airline would consider it liquidy. Okay, I think I found the cutest freaking cafe on the Camino. Obviously, I'm not the only one that's found it. And there's a little river behind me. It's so pretty. Cheers. Guys, today is a bloody roller coaster. I'm fine, and then I'm not fine, and then I'm fine, and then I'm not fine, and then I'm fine, and then I'm not fine. I'm currently in not fine. I stopped in that little cafe and read my book, which was heavenly. It was delish. It was like a little oasis. And I had a glass of wine, which maybe was the wrong thing to do, but you live and learn. And then I set off again, and my knee on my right leg, it's like the muscle running down the back of my knee. I don't know if it's just, it tightens up every time I sit down, or if I've actually like, not sprained it, but like, I don't know, strained it from repetitive motion. But, oh, it's really hurting. And it's just like, the physical, it becomes so mental as well. So I'm just like it's fine. It's fine. But also it's so painful. And all I keep thinking is, all I have to get me to my next space is these little leggies, and they just need to keep going. Yeah, I feel like this is where it's hard when you're on your own, because I've got no one else's voice to push me on apart from my own. So I suppose that's a good thing, because I've got to do it, you know? I've got to do it. But yeah, this is hard today. It's annoying because it's so pretty and I am enjoying it, but it fucking hurts, man. The sea. And like 5 minutes from my hostel, I just bumped into a woman called Julie, who I met 2 nights ago. And I was just, she had a cap on and sunglasses, so I didn't recognise her. And she was like, Olive? And I was like, Julie? And I was like, she went in for a hug, and I was like, don't hug me, I'm so sweaty. She's like, no, come here, have a hug. I was like, thank you. I really needed that. It's just so funny arriving somewhere that you've never been before and seeing someone, like a friendly face. Like, it's like you walk into a little village and you know everyone. Not everyone, but you know what I mean. So we've exchanged details, and we're probably going to go and have dinner together later. So, how lovely, a good omen. Oh my goodness, it is absolute